She thought marriage would be happiness, but soon, she discovered a side she never expected. Jessica and Ethan had been married for a few months. From the outside, their life seemed perfect. Friends and family admired them, and they appeared happy together. But Jessica started noticing small things that worried her. At first, it was subtle. Ethan would sometimes ignore her feelings or make small decisions without asking her. Jessica brushed it off, thinking maybe he was stressed with work. One evening, after a long day at work, Jessica tried to talk to Ethan. "Ethan, I felt sad today. Can we talk?" she asked softly. Ethan sighed. "Not now, Jessica. I'm tired." Jessica nodded, but inside, she felt a small pain. She remembered all the promises of love and partnership from their wedding day. As weeks passed, things became more noticeable. Ethan would sometimes raise his voice over small disagreements. He would make critical comments about Jessica's choices or appearance, which hurt her feelings. One night, Jessica sat alone in the living room, thinking, "Is this normal? Marriage is supposed to be love and support, but I feel alone sometimes." She confided in her friend, Emily. "I don't know what to do. I love Ethan, but I feel like he's different from what I expected." Emily listened carefully. "Jessica, every marriage has challenges, but you need to listen to your heart. If something doesn't feel right, don't ignore it." Jessica decided to pay more attention to her feelings. She realized that the love she felt was real, but there were parts of Ethan she hadn't seen before. Sometimes he was loving and caring, other times, he was controlling and distant. One evening, Ethan invited her for dinner. He seemed kind and attentive. They laughed, shared stories, and Jessica felt the old spark she remembered from the early days of their relationship. But after dinner, he started criticizing small things again. Jessica felt the tension rise. She wanted to speak up but feared the argument that might follow. "This is the dark side I didn't expect," she thought. "I need to understand him and myself." Jessica began keeping a diary. She wrote down her feelings, the good moments, and the troubling ones. Writing helped her see patterns in Ethan's behavior. She realized that the marriage wasn't all bad, but it was also not always safe for her emotional well-being. One day, she decided to have an honest conversation with Ethan. "Ethan, I need to talk to you about how I feel," Jessica said carefully. Ethan looked surprised. "About what?" "I feel hurt sometimes. Your words and actions make me feel unappreciated. I love you, but I need us to work together, not against each other." Ethan was quiet. For a moment, Jessica feared the worst, but then he nodded slowly. I didn't realize I was making you feel this way. I'm sorry, Jessica. I want to do better." That night, they held hands and spoke about their feelings, hopes, and fears. Jessica realized that marriage can be complicated, with both love and challenges. The days after their honest conversation were different. Ethan tried to be more attentive. He asked Jessica about her day, helped with small tasks, and even planned a short weekend outing to spend quality time together. Jessica felt hopeful. Maybe things can improve, she thought. She wanted to believe in the love that brought them together. But change was not always easy. Some days, Ethan would slip back into old habits, raising his voice over minor issues, making sarcastic comments, or ignoring her feelings. Jessica realized that marriage is not always smooth, even with love. One afternoon, Jessica spoke with her friend Emily again. "I'm trying, Emily," she said, "but sometimes it feels like nothing changes. I don't want to lose him, but I also don't want to lose myself." Emily nodded. "It's important to set boundaries, Jessica. Love is not enough if it comes with constant emotional pain. You have to protect your heart too." That night, Jessica decided to take small steps for herself. She focused on her hobbies, spoke with supportive friends, and built her confidence. She learned that self-respect and self-care are essential in any relationship. One evening, Ethan noticed Jessica reading a book she loved. He smiled. "I like seeing you happy, Jessica," he said. Jessica looked at him and realized something important. Love can coexist with challenges, but mutual respect and communication are key. She decided to keep trying but also to be honest about her feelings whenever something hurt her. Over time, their marriage became a mix of good and difficult days. Jessica learned to accept that every relationship has struggles, and Ethan learned to be more mindful of her emotions. They celebrated small victories, a shared meal, a quiet walk, or a kind word, and worked through disagreements with patience. Jessica's journey taught her a hard truth: marriage is not always romantic or perfect. It requires understanding, effort, and the courage to speak up for yourself. By the end of the year, Jessica felt stronger, more confident, and more aware of what she wanted in life. She still loved Ethan, but she also knew that love alone is not enough. Respect, care, and communication are what make a marriage truly meaningful. She wrote in her diary one night, "Marriage is a journey with light and dark moments. I have learned to love, to speak, and to stand strong. Life is not perfect, but love is worth the effort." Jessica closed her diary and smiled. She knew challenges would come again, but now she was ready. She had discovered the dark side of marriage, but also the strength inside herself to face it.